Hi everybody, welcome. Jennifer from The Profitable Agent talking to you today about how you can make 2026 your most profitable year yet, and some actionable steps you can take today through the end of 2025 here in the last 2 months in order to help you in 2026. You know, every year around this time, realtors start saying, I'll deal with it in January. Is that you? If so, comment below. The truth is, January success doesn't actually start in January. It starts now, right? Agents who thrive in 2026 are waiting for the new year to fix their finances. They're not waiting for the new year to fix their finances. They're starting to set their foundation today. So what are we doing today in order to make a difference in 2026? What a great question. Well, first off, let's start talking about a story. So I remember one December years ago, probably 6 years ago, when I was completely burnt out. I had no cash. My credit card was maxed at 20 grand. And I kept promising myself next year will be different. But it never was. Not until I actually started treating the last 2 months of the year as my reset and not my break. That small shift changed everything. By the time January came, I actually had clarity, confidence, and a plan, not panic. So what can we do today in order to make January our most profitable year yet? Well, the first thing we can do is actually look at your reality. This is something we do with all of our clients, and we have some walkthrough videos on our website at theprofitableagent.ca if you're interested in doing this on a deep level. Our recommendation is to print off your last 10 months worth of bank statements and credit card statements. Look at how much actually hit your account before everything went back out. So if you had a commission check deposited today, how soon does that money go out the door? Is it today, tomorrow? Do you actually get to keep some of that money, right? Well, for me, it was not like that. As soon as the money hit my checking account, it went right back out, whether it was to pay credit cards, whether it was to pay lines of credit, whether it was to pay CRA, whether it was to pay my employees, right? It went out so fast. So I encourage you today to print off the last 10 months worth of bank statements and credit card statements and actually look at where your money is going. We also love to do a quick exercise with our clients here. Again, you can find a walkthrough video on our website for this. It's called Cut, Reduce, Keep. These are line items. So you go through every single item in your bank statement and credit card statement, and you actually look and be honest with yourself. Can you cut that expense? Can you reduce that expense? Or do we absolutely need to keep that expense because it helps propel our business forward? So for example, do you have Amazon shipping to you all the time? Do you need all those Amazon products? Maybe you're a car guy and you just love car parts, you know? There's nothing wrong with having hobbies. However, if we're bleeding all the profits from our business, we need to start recognizing where we can actually cut and reduce in order to help us be more profitable. So look at those expenses, be honest with yourself, identify what your real profit margin is. Your profit margin is going to be your income less all your expenses. What do you actually have left over to live off of? That's a really good question. This will actually help start to give you a clear starting line for 2026. So if you haven't already, go through, print off those statements, do cut, reduce, keep. You could even make it simple on yourself and use 2 different color highlighters and a pen. Anything for cut, you'll use one highlighter. Anything for reduce, you'll use your second highlighter. And anything that you need to keep, you can circle in pen. It is quite eye-opening at the end of the day when you go through this little exercise and actually see really where you can help cut and reduce things. I know realtors are notorious for signing up for free things that turn into paid things that they eventually just go, oh yeah, well, it's only 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. Well, if we have 5, 6, 7 different softwares that are charging us 20, 30, 50 bucks a month, that really adds up at the end of the month and at the end of the year, right? So I encourage you to do cut, reduce, keep, and look at where your real profit margin is. The second actionable step that we're going to have you take today is to open up your profit first bank accounts. We'll start with 3, so then that way you're not overwhelmed. So first one is going to be your regular checking account. This is your income account. This is where all of your commission and your profit sharing comes into this account. And then your money will go out based on your other accounts. So that is income. The second account we're going to talk about today to have you open is an owner's pay account. So this could be a savings account with your local bank. That way you're not incurring any additional fees for the account. And what you're going to do is regularly transfer a set percentage into this account. So if you are a realtor in Canada and you're earning up to $250K a year, Profit First says that your business should support paying you 50% of whatever comes into your income account throughout the year. So if you have $1,000 right now, transfer 50% of that, $500, right into your owner's pay account. And that's money that you can draw off of when you are ready to take money out of your business. The third account is going to be your tax account. I know I'm guilty of this, and I have been guilty of this for so many years, it's not even funny. I used to ignore CRA debt. I would try and pay it off with a credit card or a line of credit. And I know many clients that take advances on commission checks in order to help pay down their CRA debt, or they just really bury their head in the sand and they choose not to file at all. We want you to change your mindset on that. We absolutely want you to open up that third account, call it tax, and again, regularly transfer a set percentage in there. If you are a sole proprietor in Canada, it can seem really, really overwhelming because personal tax rates can be 35% of your income. Obviously, we don't have 35% of our income just to be able to save, right? We need that money to live off of. And so what do? You know what? Even if we start off with 1%, that account will start to build cash value. It will start to build momentum. You'll see that over the course of the year when you regularly do your allocations. I like to do mine every Friday. So if you want, we can even do a session together where that's all we do is just talk about moving our money, right? So how do we move that into our tax account? That's great. We move that income, money from our income account into our owner's pay account, into our tax account. And the rest that's left over is OPEX at this point, and the rest is what your business can survive off of. So pay yourself first, save for your taxes, make sure that you start saving money with every deposit, even if it's small, even if all you're doing is moving $1, $2, $5. You're getting intentional. You're getting out of overwhelm. You're giving every single dollar purpose, and that's what we're looking to do. You can't fix what you can't see, and you can't grow what you don't organize. So I encourage you to think about moving your money around in a very strategic way. So in 2026, we need to decide how much you actually want to earn. So if you're on this one more deal, we want to get you off of that hamster wheel, okay? It's no longer about one more deal. It's about how much you actually intentionally keep from those deals. So how much do you need to earn in commission? That's going to be the first question. What's your break-even number? How much do you need to take home every year? And how much do you need to leave in the business in order to maybe hire staff, pay your CRA taxes, especially if you're a prec here in Ontario? And no, I'm not swearing for anybody that doesn't know. A prec in Ontario is a personal real estate corporation, okay? So I promise I'm not swearing. So if you are a prec here in Ontario, you definitely want to consider how much you're earning, how much you need to save for those items. So break that number down into a quarter. Then you're going to break it down into each month. And then now break it down into how many deals you actually need. Then allocate your percentages. So when your income actually starts flowing, you're already ready for the next step and you're already ready to start allocating on a regular basis. I know, guys, I feel like I'm like just really hammering it home here. Every week I kind of talk about the same thing, but Profit First is an amazing long-term wealth building tool. It's not going to get you rich overnight. It's not going to pay off your debt overnight, similar to like going to the gym, right? You can go to the gym, hit that gym hard all you want. You can work with a trainer to see your results go even further. We always recommend that you work with a coach similar to, us or any other qualified Profit First professional that is out there. Your money is going to go further when you work with a professional. You're going to get better results when working with a professional. but you have to start somewhere. So we encourage you to start with those small actionable steps that we've talked about today. So decide what you want to earn, break that number down, and then allocate your percentages. Very, very clear. Cut out unnecessary expenses. Next week, we'll dive further into unnecessary expenses because I know a lot of realtors have questions about what is a good expense to write off and what you can't write off. So we'll talk more about that next week. Catch up on your taxes. Make sure that you're doing your allocations regularly. So again, find that regular rhythm. If Friday works for you, that's great. If, maybe on a Sunday you're sitting at an open house and you have nothing to do for maybe 10 minutes, great. Do that on a regular Sunday. But again, choose that date, put it in your calendar, and make that a part of your weekly life. I encourage you to do that. The more that you can do your allocations, whether it's once a week, once every other week, the more you're going to just reinforce that habit, okay? And again, review what has worked for you this year and what didn't. Be honest with yourself. Did you try to become a buyer's agent and you found that you were selling more than you were buying? Be honest with yourself. Where are your leads coming from? That kind of thing. It's not about starting over. It's about starting smarter, okay? So some actionable steps for you to take charge in 2026. Let us know how we can help you guys in 2025. Still, remember, you don't have to wait for January to have a fresh start. Create one today. Start by doing one small thing this week, even if it's just opening a separate bank account, or reviewing the last couple deposits and reviewing those expenses and really getting a hold and understanding about where your money is going. If you want help figuring out where to start, comment reset below, or message me. I'll send you a simple year-end checklist that you guys can utilize for your business, whether you're a sole proprietor, whether you're an incorporated business, that PREC that I was talking about, whether you're in a different province and a completely incorporated, it doesn't matter. We have lots of actionable steps that you can take. We highly encourage you to reach out to us to do so. If you are interested, you can contact us at info@theprofitableagent.ca, or you can find us online through our social medias. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We wish you a very profitable 2026.